What's up guys, Casey here. So as some of you might know, my wife is a big true crime fan. So I figured what better thing to get her for Valentine's Day than a white OJ Bronco. So if you're my age, I'm sure you remember a white Ford Bronco leading California Highway Patrol and LAPD officers on a 30-mile-an-hour chase down the 405 freeway in LA. And if you know me, you know that I have an affinity for mid-90s Fords. Yeah, I mean, this thing was just too cool to pass up. It's actually an Marin County Sheriff's Office Special Service Package vehicle, which is kind of a trip because it comes with a roll bar, as you can see inside, and a push bumper, and spotlights, and heavy-duty suspension with double shocks up front. And, you know, this thing's pretty gorgeous at golden hour, though it's got a lot of issues, man. I mean, it is just issues. You see the wiring harness hanging out the bottom, you know that it's got some serious issues. And it's, you know, beat up. Every panel's beat, hole from a CB antenna. It's got some rust. Doesn't have a spare tire carrier because it was rusted solid and I had to take it off to rebuild it. This corner was completely crunched. I actually fixed that already while I was waiting on parts. But anyway, yeah, this thing's just been kind of sad. So I bought the Bronco from a buddy of mine, and you know, no harm, no foul. He didn't know the issues that this thing had, but I took it for a test drive. I took it for a thorough test drive. I mean, I checked everything and I drove it decently well, and nothing happened. It was great. So I paid him the money and hopped in the thing to go home, and I got 4 miles from his shop and the brakes locked up. No big deal. I was going to replace those anyway before I let my wife drive it. So order the parts, wait a couple weeks, get the brakes, and replace them all, and then I go for the first real drive in this thing. I put, you know, 50 miles on it, and about mile 50 I noticed a weird sound coming from the front of the vehicle, and lo and behold, so anyway, I'll post a picture of myself with this thing for scale because it's freaking massive. This is the E40D and Borg-Warner 1356 transfer case. Total combined weight of the two without oil in them is probably somewhere around 500 pounds. But it also holds roughly 4 gallons of oil. And yeah, the reason it's out is because it is junk. I've got a new transmission on the way, a couple $1,000s for a remanufactured unit from a company with really good reviews. So hopefully it will work when I go to put it back in. But man, what a bear getting this thing out. Anyway, that's why you haven't seen me for a couple of weeks. Brake job last weekend, pulling a transmission this weekend. I mean, you guys don't like the 68 Mustang videos that much, so I assumed you probably really wouldn't like 95 Ford Bronco videos. So that's where I've been. The Mustang will be back. The Roadster will be back, but it's gonna be a while. So here's the deal. I have to post videos once a week at least. A lot of the channels are talking about posting twice a week to like have the YouTube algorithm like kind of do its thing. There's no way I'm gonna do that, but I figure I have to at least keep posting a video once a week. So I'm gonna post some old content, I'm gonna post some random content. Probably not gonna post much on the Bronco unless, like, you know, we go four-wheeling in it, and then maybe we'll do something. But I gotta get this thing finished because I only have 60 days to pass California smog. So the clock's ticking. I bought it January 31st, and waited a week for parts. I think I waited 10 days for parts for the brakes, and then it broke, and then I had to wait. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. I'm on about day 20 of 60, and it's gonna be 2 more weeks before I have a transmission to go back in this thing. Yeah, so it's gonna be tough to get it all done within 60 days. And then in June, we're taking the van and we're driving to Tennessee in the van. So we're taking the van and we're driving all the way across the country. Well, 3/4 of the way across the country. We're gonna do kind of a northerly route going out and a southerly route coming home, or maybe vice versa, but kind of like, you know, some of Route 66 in there. I love California. Been here my entire life, but it's getting really expensive. And looking at house values, other places, I can get a lot more for my money anywhere else other than California. So the plan is to see as many states as we can in the 2 weeks that they're gonna let me take off from work. And yeah, and we're gonna see North Carolina, Tennessee, probably Georgia, Kentucky, Texas. Been to Arizona before, been to Colorado before, been to Nevada before, but we're gonna look around in there. New Mexico probably. I wish I had time to get all the way out to Florida because I've heard Florida's awesome. But yeah, we're looking to relocate within the next year. So there's gonna be a video hiatus at some point. At the very least 2 weeks in June when we're crossing the country. But before that, I have to go through the interior of the van because we're actually gonna camp in it along the way. So I'm gonna build out like a little camper setup, and that I probably will film. So here's what to expect from the channel over the next few months. You're gonna see some videos that won't really have introductions to them, and that'll be a pretty good sign that it's something that's just filler content to keep a weekly posting happening. Like last week's motorcycle video though, you guys seem to like that. So hopefully it won't be too much of a disappointment. I'm going to do at least a couple of episodes on these bomber seats. I've got all the materials purchased. I've been practicing on the bead roller, which has gotten a lot more upgrades since the last time you guys saw it and is getting a few more as we speak. So we're gonna at least get the material cut out and start forming up the panels for those seats. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do, but I'm going to at least film 1 or 2 of those videos and we'll get those posted. You're probably not going to see the actual Roadster again until after our trip. So first week of July. Though, that said, maybe if I can get the van done in time, we can get some Roadster videos in before the trip. So stay tuned on that. And I'll keep everybody posted. So I implore you to hang tight, because the content you're looking for is coming. It's really hard to juggle a full-time career and then doing YouTube on the side, especially when something goes wrong with a vehicle that was supposed to just be transportation, especially when something so massive goes wrong with a vehicle that was just supposed to be transportation, and especially when you're trying to move cross country. So yeah, anyway, I got a lot on my plate. Oh yeah, did I mention I have a 1-year-old? That too. So thank you so much for watching this week, you guys. Make sure you hit that like button if you like what you saw in today's video. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you're willing to wait for the Roadster content to come back. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, because the Roadster is coming back, I promise. And yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with some kind of video next week. All right, take care.